Yeah, we back.
Ow, ow.
Is that your phone or my phone?
No, mine.
Hey, yo, this is how we gonna be doing every Thursday.
Thursday.
It's gonna be something. It ain't gonna never be just a clean cut.
Shenanigans. Take two. Time out. Start over. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Hey, you know what's even worse?
Terrible. 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 I'm gonna give y'all a Spanish word every Thursday. Terrible. Okay? It's bad. It's not good.
Hey, this episode 4.
Quattro.
We going back to Spanish again.
Yep.
We gonna drop this Spanish on y'all every week.
And that's Espanol, which is Spanish for Spanish.
Spanish 4.
For
Spanish.
period.
Episode 4.
Can't never start right.
Oh, man.
You see what you walked into? You ready for this? Okay.
He ready. He gonna be good.
Okay. All right.
So, what up, y'all? We back.
Hey.
4th episode, the sparring session
Yes, yes.
with yours truly, Boog, and my lovely co-host, Miss J on my grind.
Ow, ow. Hey, y'all. Hey, how y'all doing this Thursday? It's the end of October.
It's been a good day so far.
Good.
You had a good day?
I did, minus the accident that I ran into on the way here. I'm still out of breath.
It's always something going on the South Field.
Always something going on the South Field.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
You can't escape it. It is what it is.
I got off and then got back on, but I'm all right. I'm here, y'all. I'm here. Aquí. Another Spanish word for y'all. Y'all ain't ready for this.
That's what we doing?
Yeah, maybe a little Spanglish,
A little Spanglish.
Yeah. Sorry. That's Spanish and English. For those who don't know. All right, let's just get started. Let's just get started. Yeah. Let's just do it.
We want to welcome y'all to another installment.
Installment. I like that.
That sounds professional, don't
Yes, it does.
We're going to try to clean it up a little bit for y'all.
Yes. We're in the presence of a filmmaker, so we have to be very studious and professional, okay?
We got to be on our P's and Q's.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to bring our guests on screen in a minute. But once again, I'm Boog, my lovely co-host Jay on my grind.
Hey.
We want to thank y'all for, coming back and tuning in.
Sticking with us.
Hanging out with us every Thursday right here, 8:30, Groove Radio Detroit. And also on the Podcastic Network. Shout out to Podcastic for their support for this podcast. Shout out to my lovely co-host for her support.
Yes.
Of this podcast. All the viewers, we appreciate y'all. If y'all can do us a favor, go ahead and click share.
It's at the bottom of your screen. Just
Click
it's
share.
a little arrow. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't even cost anything. It's free.
It's real quick. You can share this with somebody so they can hop on in. We got a nice little discussion we got coming up. Some cool topics that technically I ain't even get ready for the screen yet because I'm just...
We just in here.
we
here.
We all behind. So I'm going to tell y'all what the topics are because I got them on my phone. And then when I finish typing them in on the screen, I'm going to put it up for y'all.
And then we'll
That's
talk
how
about
do
it.
that.
There we go.
It's Thursday.
Just like that.
Shenanigans.
Friday Eve. It's Friday
So we
Eve.
do have two dope guests
Very dope.
that we're going to be bringing on. I think you'll like them. Actually, I know you'll like them.
Agreed.
And I believe they'll bring a little something else to your life. You know what I'm saying? You can learn something today. We may have some more shenanigans today. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna bring the shenanigans. Maybe just one of us. I don't know.
It might be me.
It might be Jay.
It might be.
Jay always bringing the shenanigans.
I keep them tucked in my pocket.
You got pockets?
I do. In my leggings.
Wait a minute. It's pockets on your leggings?
Not these, but I do have leggings with pockets. Period.
I was about to be like, oh, wait, they got pockets for
They
leggings?
definitely have pockets for leggings. You can put your cell phone in them. And
I mean, I guess I really shouldn't know that.
not like keys or nothing. You don't want to look stupid, but definitely a slender object. A lip gloss or a cell phone of sorts. Don't just be walking around with no keys and no leggings pocket.
I'm sure my wife knows because that's out of my
She knows.
scope of experience.
She
You know what I'm saying? Knowledge base.
All the ladies know.
Nothing about it.
Pockets are the bomb.com.
I have yet to see somebody with leggings with pockets. Have you ever?
Watch me next Thursday.
Next Thursday, you gonna wear them?
Leggings with pockets. Yep.
Yeah, I
got them
I feel like
on deck.
I feel like you just made that up.
I promise you I didn't. I actually have some.
That's how I feel right now
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm like really out of the loop.
Pockets
I should have known that by now.
I just saw a wedding party and the bride, her gown had pockets and all of her bridesmaids' gowns had pockets. It was the livest shot because they were all standing
The
there
gowns.
with their hands in their gowns.
Now I have seen that. I have seen this thing now where there are a lot of what they're doing with fashion is there are a lot of skirts and dresses that have pockets. And the reason I know that is because my wife is big on pockets.
See?
So like every time she buys something,
It gotta have pockets.
it's predicated upon
How many pockets does it have?
pockets.
Yep. And when you acknowledge someone has pockets, you know what we have to do? Put our hands in our pockets and say, yes. Why, yes, indeed. This does have pockets.
And be stunting.
Yeah. Flossing
And
with my pockets.
And the deeper the pockets, the better.
You better talk about it.
Look at that.
You better talk about
I know
it.
a little something.
Yeah.
I just didn't know about the pockets on leggings.
Anybody who's paying attention, chime on in. If you have leggings with pockets or if you've seen leggings with
Yeah,
pockets,
because I need to
put Boog up on game because
put me up on game because I don't know.
it's probably the best thing since sliced bread.
I'm over here like,
You look over and you like, damn, I forgot I had a pair of pockets on my leggings. Let me slide my cell phone in this here pocket. Gone by my day.
yo, that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Pockets.
Pockets on leggings.
Yeah. Let me learn pockets in Espanol.
This is a
Coming back
phenomenon.
for y'all next week.
This is a phenomenon, y'all.
It is.
I'm kind of blown.
Best thing since the zipper.
Is it?
Probably.
Oh, man.
Probably. You know. If I had to choose, I would choose a zipper for closure purposes. But pockets are the next best thing.
I can rock with that. I can rock with that.
Yeah.
I can rock with that.
Can wear spandex with everything. You got to have a little breathing room. Okay? Let me breathe a little bit.
Got you.
Okay.
What we doing here? All right. You ready for these topics?
Let's go.
All right.
Wait,
So
we going to introduce... Oh, wait, I'm
we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the hot topics real quick. We're gonna drop these hot topics.
Bam.
And then we're gonna introduce our guests.
There we go.
Because we have some dope guests. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to the sparring session. Go ahead and share this broadcast. Share.
Share it.
All right. All right.
That's it.
Thank you. First topic. First hot topic. It's real cool. Well, let me backtrack. It's not real cool. But it's
And the bad part is, usually Boog and I have a meeting of sorts ahead of the show. I don't even know what the topics are this week. That's what type of Thursday it is.
Well, yesterday you was busy.
Yeah, I was. I was being fly yesterday. I was getting my karaoke on.
So you know what's the funniest part about that?
What?
Is that when I was like, okay, it's about time for me to call Jay, then I get a message from Brock showing you at karaoke.
Because we and him was together and we did a duet and everything.
So I was like,
ain't no meeting tonight.
I said, oh, okay then.
Jay on stage. Ain't no meeting tonight. We was doing the best part. We was up there doing Daniel Caesar.
And I don't know why after I went over ahead and made sure the topics was cool and posted it, that I didn't text you the topics. Terrible. So I'm winging it, y'all. So this week, guys, I'm a bad producer.
I am crying over here.
Because my co-host was having a good time yesterday, so we couldn't do our prep.
Yeah, I was living my best life. Sorry. Happy birthday, Robin. Couldn't do it.
Life of the podcasters.
Yeah. You know, we'll be back next week. Full format.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We still good, though. We still good.
Lord, that was funny.
So the first topic is not really cool, but we do want to acknowledge that Colin Powell, if you didn't, haven't been paying attention to the news, he recently passed.
Yes.
They say from COVID.
First, let's send the condolences.
I'm not, but, big ups to.
Big ups to what? How do you go big enough to who? Colin?
Yeah, I'm a big up Colin Powell because he was inspirational. You know what I'm saying?
You can't. Can you big up to somebody who's deceased?
Yes.
Okay.
You're supposed to celebrate him.
I do agree with that.
Because I ain't about to be on here crying about Colin Powell.
That is absolutely.
I don't know that man like that.
That's a fact. That's a whole for sure fact. That's a fact. Okay.
I cried when Kobe died.
I know a lot of grown men that cried when Kobe died.
Because I grew up with Kobe.
I cried when Aaliyah died.
I did too.
Yeah.
I definitely cried when Aaliyah died.
I cried like a baby
but
when Prince died.
I ain't had that connection with Colin Powell.
Yeah, he was one. He was a path maker, but an indirect connection, if you will.
It's kind of like if they was like, yeah, Jesse Jackson left us, I would be like, dang.
Yeah.
All right. Big up to Jesse Jackson for living a dope life in front of us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now Jesse controversial. We'll talk about him another day because there's some people who
he had his moments. There's people that's inspired by Jesse Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like his son. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Let's move on to the next topic.
I would hope his son is.
Let's move on. Colin Powell, rest in peace.
So rest in peace to Colin Powell. If you like Colin Powell,
big up to you too.
Big ups to you. Yeah.
Do you believe that his passing was COVID related, or do you believe it was underplay for the overlay? Because they said Parkinson's or, some other complications, but.
So, when people, I feel like since COVID came about, a lot of things have
it's easy to slap it on
because of COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard of anyone passing from COVID at home or at the hospital? Chew on that fat for a minute.
Listen.
Okay.
But I'm not going to debate what they put in the media.
He said that's strong.
Mainstream media, I'm not going to debate any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Say less.
So, he could have.
Okay.
What I do know is that a virus can exacerbate other issues. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
And it could be one of the causes.
Right.
May not be the main cause.
Got you.
Right.
I see where you're going with that.
But the headline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Kind of like, for instance, when I lost my dad.
Mm-hmm.
He had dementia. Everybody knew about my struggle with him with dementia.
Right.
But what really killed him was cancer.
Okay. Okay.
But the reason why
So
I was
he
his
was
caregiver,
battling-
but the reason why I was his caregiver,
Got you. Was for the dementia.
was because of the dementia.
Understood.
And because of the dementia, it created complications, which is why they couldn't treat him no more.
For the cancer, and the
right,
cancer
so the
took-
cancer
got you.
spread even more,
Got
and
you.
then ultimately,
Got you. Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And so, you know, had he been like a superstar or something, then he'd be like, dementia,
Yeah.
took him out of here.
Yeah. Right. I got you. I got you.
Or no, I take that back. They'd be like, cancer took him out. F cancer. And I'd be like, well, really,
It was dementia.
you know, dementia,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, kept us from actually,
Treating the root issue. Gotcha.
yeah, you
Okay.
know, you know. So that's that on that. So remember him, Colin Powell. Salute to his family.
Definitely.
Salute to all those that served.
Military.
You know what I'm saying? I was in the
professionals,
military.
yeah.
I'm a veteran. So on that tip, we do share something in common.
Well, salute to you.
You know what I'm saying? So,
all right.
no, you ain't got to salute me on that.
Well, you did your time. You paid your debt. You served your country, and you protected those that you don't know. Which I tip my hat to anyone who was in the military.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Yeah, you did something that you didn't have to do, and you stood up for people that you don't know. So, any law enforcement, any military personnel, I always have a different level of respect for, because you go out and you protect strangers,
That's a good. That's yes,
and you don't have to.
yes.
So, yes.
That's a good way to look at that.
So, any military personnel that was affected by his passing, condolences to you as well.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
There it is.
Second topic, and this one.
I don't even know where this is going. Lay it on me.
This one causes this is it's like,
Controversial?
no, it's not controversial. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the best thing to happen to us because of COVID.
Where you going with this? Come on now. Give it to me.
Versus.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Versus.
Gets better every time.
Shout out to Timberland and Swiss Beats
Absolutely.
for Versus.
Yes.
When we was trapped in the crib,
Yep.
with nothing to do, and they gave us something to look forward to in COVID.
Yep.
And now they've elevated
It's a global phenomenon. Yeah.
the brand,
Yes.
which I expected anyway. And I told people that I was like, yo, if y'all think this is just going to be people in their studios and just chill at the crib, like it's going to stay this way, it's not.
It's going to become a production.
I was like, one, there's been way too many sound issues.
Hello? Because that babyface Teddy Riley was a disaster.
I mean, that was like the apex
That-
of it.
yeah.
Because prior to them, it was still like,
Yeah. We had some glitchy moments, but when they took it out of the Instagram Live, you know, and then they
I
expanded
mean, they
it.
broke Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it got so crazy.
They were like, "Damn, you can't. If you get
Like-
out, you can't get back in." And yeah, so
It was like the limitations. It was like, okay,
right.
so
We got to get a bigger platform.
what we gonna do? And apparently, other people was like, well, hey, we got y'all, and we gonna give y'all some money too.
Yep.
And then boom,
It just blew up.
it became this whole phenomenon.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Some people like it. It's funny because I see some people post and they like how it was originally because they felt like it was more organic then. And
I get it.
you know what I'm saying? The whole just, whatever. But I feel like, nah, I kind of like it better now.
I feel like you can put more thought into it.
I hated when Instagram kept going out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hated to see somebody be like, you know what? Hey, hold on, I'm gonna come back out and then come back in.
Right.
And then I'm watching you as a grown person, as
Yeah.
an artist, and I know you've been on Instagram for a while,
Struggling.
but now you struggling,
Yes.
to find somebody's name, or
Yes.
how to bring them in.
They
on
like,
Instagram.
wait. I can't find their name to
Yo,
request them.
When I
Yeah.
say that was bugging the hell out of me,
Yeah.
yo. I was
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Hold up.
It was like, y'all got way too much money.
It's like-
Y'all got way too much money to be having these technical difficulties.
I'm like,
This is
you know what?
embarrassing to the culture. Get it together.
Listen. So,
Yeah.
on that tip, I was like, yeah, I don't miss that.
Yeah.
At all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that should have never been in their hands.
I agree. But like you said, Timberland and Swiss had to take the reins and they had to say, okay, hold on. Let's get some order in here. Let's get some structure. Let's figure it out. Let's get a platform. Let's get a format. And let's have everybody go by this now. They have even more
structure now.
Yeah.
Because I remember, for instance, I take the example of Nelly versus Ludacris, right?
Oh, that was a bad one.
And so it was supposed to go a certain way, and then Nelly ended up doing joints that he wasn't supposed to do, and
got
that
off
happened
script.
In like a couple. And it was like, yo, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We got to put a little bit more structure on this. You know what I'm saying?
But I like it because now they're bringing out other artists, and it's more. The last one was a concert. I was jamming from start to finish.
Oh, I mean, like literally, like the last. I want to say the last.
Maybe four or five.
More than that, because really it jumped off when they did Patty and Gladys.
I was gonna say Patty and Gladys when they were sitting on the stage was the first setting where they were both there, right?
I think the most organic that was really, really dope was Jill and Erica.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't had no audio issues. Yep. Erykah Badu made sure everything was on point.
Yep.
And what was dope about Erykah Badu's is that she did the after party afterwards.
Yep. On her live stream. Yeah. Oh, and I watched it and it was jamming. Yeah. Yep.
Yo, when I tell you I ain't get no sleep.
Yeah.
Because I stayed up.
What was your favorite verses?
My favorite verses? I'm going to have to say my favorite verses was really Snoop and DMX. That was my favorite verses. I think the one that touched me the most was Patty and Gladys.
Okay. I feel like that about Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers.
I like theirs too.
Yeah.
So them with, you know what I'm saying, I can really pair both of those together with the Patty and Gladys just because of the nostalgia of it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Man, Ryan Isley killed it because ain't nobody even know it was Ryan Isley.
He came out looking like a whole zaddy, didn't he?
30 minutes into the verses, they was like,
who that man?
I kept seeing people in the comments like, where's Ryan Isley? I'm like, he's sitting on the couch.
Man,
like,
that man came out there looking like $1 trillion.
So then when he finally took his coat off, then they was like, oh. And I was just like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I did like Snoop.
And I was sitting on the couch next to my wife, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, I've been watching him the whole time.
That
Didn't
was
even know
Ron
it was him. He said, "Oh, y'all put me on a stage. Let me go ahead and get this gray going for these little ladies out in here, so they can stream my music." They don't know.
Yeah, so those were my favorites. The Jill and Erica was one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had saw the one with Beanie Man.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one that I missed.
That energy was ridiculous.
Yeah, I heard.
They shut him down. They came in and tried to shut him down. And Beanie Man was like, hey, hold on, Selector, come down. We ain't having that. No, y'all, I got this under control. And he went and talked to the people, and they kept the party going.
Yeah, and I think the most anticipated verses to me was the one with Jeezy and Gucci.
Yeah, because they thought it was going to be a murder.
Yeah, thought they was looking for the drama.
Yeah,
I liked how Jeezy handled it though.
Yeah,
even though I feel like some of it was scripted, but you know,
I kind of think that a few of them are scripted because even with the last one with Kid Capri and it was just like all them little pot shots and stuff like that.
They DJ Scratch put a post up the day after, and basically KRS and Kid Capri went off script.
Oh, that's what it was.
So they was supposed to file. They had everything set, and it was supposed to. So basically, what it is Kid Capri really didn't want no smoke with DJ Scratch on the
Scratch
DJ
is cold.
The DJ battle tip.
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, that ain't my thing.
Yeah.
He knew it. So KRS One was like, yeah, we not about to get embarrassed on live TV.
Yeah, because Big Daddy Kane kept saying, no, just play the record.
Listen, KRS One put audible. Like, I'm about to Tom Brady this mug real quick. We doing this.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And so Big Daddy Kane, he rolled with it.
Yeah.
Scratch was like, no.
Yeah, he like, I'm putting the Jason mask out. Let's go.
So,
I'm ready.
know, Big Daddy Kane had to put his foot down towards the end, like, yo, we're not even about to do that, bro.
Right.
Let's just
That one was so dope with the break dancing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That one was so nostalgia.
Yeah. They put on the show.
Took me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
I was jamming.
So
from start to finish.
This is definitely my top 5 verses.
Do
know what
you
I'm saying?
have a verses that you have yet to see that you want to see?
I'm waiting on them to get Busta Rhymes on there.
Against?
I would like to see him and Missy Elliott.
That's not going to happen. They already said it's not going to happen because they said they brother and sister. Everybody wanted it at the beginning, and then they tried to put him up against T.I.
But this is my thing, though. The same way they did the celebration with Gladys and
It could be a celebration
Pat,
concert.
same way
Yes.
they did the celebration with Erica and Jill. Like I don't like that they trying to make it like
A competition.
a competition. It's not. So I feel like the only person that can match Busta's energy and give a show
and length of
is
song.
Missy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's it.
I agree with that.
Nobody else to me even fits.
I have one that I want to see.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, he could go against T.I., but T.I. ain't got as many hits as Busta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like
because Busta
T.I.
was coming with visuals.
I like
He was
T.I.
coming with energy.
Like, I would have rather seen T.I. with Ludacris instead of Nelly with Ludacris.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Like, I think they need to bring Ludacris back.
I agree with that.
Bring Ludacris back
Yeah.
because his verses probably one of the wackest. Y'all need to give him a redo because he deserved to go against somebody that can really, you know what I'm saying, make it a thing. And it's the A? Come on
Yeah,
now.
that would represent,
Come on.
that would shut Atlanta down.
Come
They would have
on.
after parties all over the city.
I don't even care about the after parties.
I'm just saying everybody would be
I
out,
just want to hear
though.
T.I.
Yeah.
and Luda. I feel like
Everybody would be out.
that would be amazing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have
You know what I'm
one that
saying?
I really want to see,
Who that?
and I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's a producer versus. I want to see Dark Child and Brian Michael Cox. If those two could come together and do a versus, boy,
I think with that,
whew, they would be pulling out some stuff that we forgot about.
true, but I think the only problem with now because of where Versus is,
Yeah,
that ain't gonna sell.
yeah.
That's the only thing. So
That's
like
why
that,
I was pushing for that last year. I was
so when
pushing
they
for
was
that.
so when they was doing the producers in the beginning, like that should have happened then.
I was waiting
You know
for
what
it.
I'm
I thought
saying?
they were going to do it around the Teddy Riley time. I thought they were going to pull that out because
Yeah.
Brian Michael Cox was in all the comments, and I'm like,
I do want to see Diddy and Jermaine Dupri though. Diddy been talking mad trash.
that would be a good
He
one.
tried to trash Jermaine Dupri, and I was like, dog, you can't do Jermaine like that because
Yeah.
he got hits.
Yeah, that would be
I
a
was
good
like, he
one.
got hit more hits than people would like really
Def
know for real.
Put a lot of.
But see,
heat.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like they only putting Jermaine Dupri, just like all he did was So Def, and I'm like,
Nah,
yo, y'all
he
tripping.
did stuff with Mariah.
And this is how I know. This is how I
Yeah.
know people don't really know his discography. They
Yeah.
don't know his production credits. You know what I'm saying? His writing credits.
Stretch
Like, man.
farther than the artist that he produced.
And,
Yeah,
and Diddy was super disrespectful on Instagram
Yeah.
a few weeks ago. I was like, yo, you tripping. I was like, now y'all have to do verses.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all have to.
but I think
'Cause I
that's
feel
almost
like-
kind of a part of it. Like I got to talk the shit just so I can get the people to.
No, Diddy really feels like he's above and beyond everybody on the face of this earth.
Well, that's just his
Except-
personality.
Except Dr. Dre. And I think he's only doing that because he's like, you can't defame Dr. Dre. Like, you
Yeah.
can't do that publicly. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He can talk trash to everybody else.
Yeah.
And he gonna feel like, but he already know because at the apex at one time, especially in the 90s, it was Dr. Dre.
Yeah, and
And
Diddy.
it was Diddy.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm saying? There wasn't no denying who was banging it on the West
Yep.
Coast
Yep.
and who was banging it on the East Coast. So,
Agreed.
I mean, I get it. That makes sense. But Dr. Dre, like, peasants.
Yeah, I was about to say he over there brushing his shoulders off like elephants don't swat at flies. I'm over here getting divorce papers served at my grandma's funeral. I ain't got time to be thinking about him. Shit. That was
So,
cold blooded, but
man.
that's another topic.
Listen, you talking about petty of the petty?
Talking about where's your heart at? Because it got to be a block of ice.
How do you pull up to somebody's funeral and
Easy.
serve them some
Easy.
papers, bro?
Easy
Like,
with a
that
processor.
is-
Easy.
That is the pettiest of the petty.
You know exactly. If you couldn't find him before, you know exactly where he's gonna be.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was out cold. I just lost a smaller little. I mean, she been doing stuff that's making me lose respect, but that one right there, that was way below the belt. I was like, lady,
wow. Yeah.
could have did
but
that better.
Big Daddy Kane and KRS One, big up to them.
Yeah,
That versus was dope. You know what I'm saying? As a hip hop fan, if you didn't like it, something wrong with you.
yeah,
Because you got everything that you could possibly get in a show. And I mean,
and freestyling.
they didn't just play their joints, they actually performed. And when I say Big Daddy Kane in his mid 50s is killing Everybody?
Let's talk about his breath control for a minute. Can we?
What?
Can we discuss his control?
What?
Can we discuss
I'm
his
out of
control?
breath right now.
Yeah. I was out of breath running up the stairs. Okay. Let's talk about his control. He was doing I was watching Crazy Bone did a drink champ with Noriega.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how Big Daddy Kane was such an influence with the fast rap.
Yeah.
And he studied him and he was like, I think I can do that too. And so that's how he became fast with his cadence. But he gave a lot of homage to Big Daddy Kane because he came out there and I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And he never stopped from the start to finish. Never had a track that he rapped over.
Listen.
Straight instrumental production tracks. You heard every word, you heard every syllable, enunciation, out there doing his dancing and control. Yeah.
My favorite performance.
Yeah. Any artists, any rappers out here who need to learn stage presence or need to learn control or need to learn diction or need to learn how to enunciate, go back to the verses, rewind it, go back to Big Daddy Kane's, all his performances and study that and model it.
I mean, they just need to study that verses.
Yeah.
Like that right there.
It was hip hop.
That was crazy.
That was hip hop.
I mean, and KRS-One did his thing.
Yeah.
It was sometimes, though, because of how boisterous he is.
He lost his energy.
Clear.
Yeah.
He wasn't always clear.
He had to leave
but
it to
when
the
I say
audience.
Big Daddy Kane was clear, like
crystal.
Yo.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So big ups to Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I was already a Big Daddy Kane fan. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even want to do the back and forth with nobody online because Cass was talking. And I was like, man, Big Daddy Kane about to get in that tail.
Right.
But I was like, I love KRS-One, but Big Daddy Kane, that was my guy back in the day.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't grow an appreciation for KRS-One until I got older because he was a little too militant for me growing up. Early hip hop, I couldn't do like Public Enemies, and they was a little too fight the power, and I was a little more Humpty Dance. So it was like I didn't grow that appreciation until I got older. But Big Daddy Kane had versatile tracks, and he was educating. And he was still club bopping. So he had a mixture. You couldn't really dance to KRS in the club, No,
he wasn't
for that.
Yeah.
But
that's why I gravitated to him when I was younger. Him and Heavy D and Ipsy Hammer and all these, like any of them, you know what I'm saying? I was like, when
and was doing a lot of that back in the day without swearing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Him and Rakim was still like my favorites.
Yeah. I ain't got to throw every now and then you might have heard him throw a little cuss word in there, but for the most part, I can do this. I ain't got to be talking about F this and B's and all that. I can use my vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
That Heavy D, same way.
Yep.
Yeah. So, big ups to verses. Timbaland and Swiss, that was like brilliant.
Yes.
Like, brilliant.
What's the next one?
You know what I'm saying?
Have they announced it?
Nope.
Okay.
But I like how they doing it now.
The
suspense.
What I'm saying? Yeah.
You just got to wait, and then they drop it and be like, yep, this is happening.
Yep.
We got the next or whatever.
It's almost like the Masked Singer, how you don't know, but you think you know, and you're kind of guessing because you follow celebrities and you be trying to follow their actions and say, okay, are they doing anything new? Are they talking about anything new? Let me try to figure out who's next. But I think Busta going to be next.
Oh, yeah.
I think he might be next.
I'm hoping.
I think he might be next. The whole thing.
He really could just do a versus by himself. As far as I'm concerned, at this point, if you can't get nobody that's gonna agree to pair with him, just let him have verses by himself. Let him do D'Angelo by himself.
D'Angelo definitely did his on his own. You're right.
And Busta is very deserving.
Oh yeah,
because he got
that man his flowers.
He got 3 decades ahead.
Yeah, get that man his flowers.
I mean,
for sure.
So, third topic, real quick. Shout out to the Chicago Sky of the WNBA.
A1.
My boo, Candace Parker. I love Candace Parker. She's like my favorite WNBA player of all time. It used to be Cheryl Swoops, but then Candace Parker dropped in there, and I was like, oh, look at this tall glass up. And she can hoop. Yes. She got game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She got game, and she fine. I was like, yes, sir.
That's a package.
So, but I think it's dope that she decided to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's been a storyline. Candace Parker returning to Chicago to her roots. You know what I'm saying? She could have re-signed with LA. Yep. You know what I'm saying? She won with them. That's who drafted her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She balled out with the LA squad. You know what I'm saying?
The Sparks.
Yeah, the Sparks. Yeah. And so, you know, her going home, I thought that was like really, really dope.
Like kismet.
And
full circle.
It's crazy because the season ain't really go the way they may have expected it, may have wanted it to go. But they got into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say they balled out, they balled out. It's like one of those things like you'll watch a team and you'll see as the season go and they get towards the end and everybody is on the same page. They so in sync, that like hunger. You can see it.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And Candace was leading them. She didn't have to be the number one option. She was just able to play her game. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think she had that Kobe spirit in her?
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But she just didn't have to be
in LA to do
the number one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's a true leader, though.
She's really already, you know what I'm saying, even if she hadn't won in Chicago, she was already solidified to be Hall of Fame for WNBA.
Right.
Just because of what she did. You come into the league as a rookie and you get MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, she came in balling, dominating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then, last year, before this season, she went Defensive Player of the Year.
Knocking stuff out the park.
In your 30s?
Yeah.
The young bucks in the league, you giving them the biz?
You jumping up, you knocking stuff out the park. Like, not over here. Like, you're not about to score on me.
So it's like, and then just this culmination of them winning the championship this year, that's just dope to me.
Yeah.
So shout out to Chicago Sky. And if you ain't been watching the WNBA, you need to get hip. All right? Every summer, you need to be tuning in to the WNBA.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I miss games because games be when I be working. But, you know, like now it's like I'm making it a point to watch the WNBA. I wish we still had a team. I was mad.
I know when we lost our team.
Detroit Shock left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Swin Cash was my girl. I used to love watching them hoop. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, you know, Detroit get another team.
I saw them at the Palace. That was dope.
Yep.
That was dope. I got a commemorative keychain and all of that.
It was so nostalgic to see Bill Laimbeer on the sideline.
Exactly.
You know
running the team. Right.
So when they left, I was just like, man.
And then they got a championship. Didn't they get a championship?
Well, they got one with us here in Detroit.
Right, because they changed the address again before they tore it down. Yeah. I remember when they changed the address.
And then they won again in Tulsa.
Right.
1 year. Or no, I think they lost in the championship once when they got to Tulsa.
But they won here.
It's like right before Swin Cash decided to hang up her shoes. But yeah, y'all need to be tuned in to the WNBA. Keep track. You know what I'm saying? They got some ballers. Last topic real quick. NBA opening week. If you ain't been paying attention, the NBA started this week. I did watch the Lakers game.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I watched the Bucks before them.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch that game because I had my daughter, so she demands a lot of attention. And so her bedtime was right when it was time to get ready
for the Lakers.
And I got her in bed.
Lake show,
took her like, come on, baby, we're gonna say our prayers. You're gonna be good. Won't. She went to bed. I'm like, to the TV,
to the Lake show. Yeah.
So, and crazy thing, I wasn't even planning on staying up for the whole game, but I was getting her stuff ready for school the next day, and I just ended up sitting there and got to the third quarter. It got real interesting, so I was like, I'm gonna
finish it out. Right.
Yeah. So I got a couple thoughts or whatever, but you know, everybody be blowing stuff up in the media.
You got to pick your team now. Don't be no bandwagoner come June.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even really care who win this year.
You just want good, competitive I just
games. Like the movement, you know what I'm saying, within the league. And I like the different storylines. And I just like that the league is more competitive. Like, we got more balance the last couple of seasons. You know what I'm saying? I like the emergence of some of the younger teams like Memphis. You know, the rise of the Phoenix Suns. So them picking up Chris Paul was like perfect for them. You know what I'm saying? I like what I'm seeing from you know, Luka. You know what I'm saying? I like Trae Young. I liked him when he came out of college. You know what I'm saying?
Threes, boy.
So I think the Knicks gonna be a lot better than people think this year. I think their pickups were actually perfect for them because it filled a need that they really needed. That they needed somebody that could get buckets at key moments. That way, you know what I'm saying? Like Randall don't have to try to be Superman all the time.
Right.
Like I know I got another option that can get me a bucket. So them getting Kemba Walker like falling into their lap like that.
Now Cade didn't play last night.
Who?
Cade Cunningham didn't play last night.
He got I think they gonna let his ankle fully heal before they put him out there.
Gotcha.
But I like Cade.
Okay.
I like his all around game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody like Jalen Green. I'm like, that's cool. He can score, but he wouldn't have done nothing else for us.
Right.
And he don't really play defense.
Right. I hated we lost the opener though. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a good game though. We only lost by 6.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we got blew out.
Right.
We was looking bad.
So you can see the potential. You can see where the direction is headed.
So I can tell you now, like, had Cade been on the court, we might have won.
Well, that was my point.
That would have been the intangible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would have been something else that they would have had to account for during the game. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was asking how long is he going to be out to, kind of anticipate.
Yeah,
Can the team hold it without him?
I think they're gonna be straight.
Okay.
You know, the Bulls just got a good team.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm impressed by the Bulls team too. You know what I'm saying? I like that they picked up Lonzo Ball. I thought New Orleans was stupid
to
for
let
not
him go.
re-signing him.
Yeah.
And they about to be terrible because now you got Zion out too.
Yeah.
Again.
That little boy. Whew.
And he ain't little. And that's
I know,
and that's
I'm just
part,
saying.
And that's part of the problem.
Yeah, he too big till he bust out his shoes. Okay.
It's part of the problem.
God.
So, but yeah. So anyway, NBA is here. So stay tuned. So anyway, we got some guests.
Dope guests.
And I'm happy that they're here. My man Timashion Jones, aka the Visionaire,
fellow Pharaoh,
and the amazing and dope Piper Carter.
Yes, yes.
So I'm happy to have them with us today. Timashion, what's up, bro?
What up, though? You all right?
How you feeling? Yeah, I got you.
All right.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm, kind of sleepy, though. You know what I'm saying? Normal people go to bed at 9:30. I don't know what's up with y'all, man.
Normal
people go to bed at 9:30.
He just called us abnormal. Period.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's good, brother. I'm doing real good, man.
Normal people go to bed at 9:30.
9:30, I'm just getting turned.
You know,
like, hey.
no, you better turn in. That's what you better do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know those folks.
No, I'm an early riser, man. So that's how we get down. But it's all good, brother. I'm doing excellent. Glad you got me on the show, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here. Piper, what's up? Uh-oh. Volume.
Did we lose her?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Your volume went out.
While we getting Piper back on,
Yeah.
Timashion has known me since 1994.
Yeah, I didn't know each other for a long time. That's what I heard.
That's a very...
And it's funny. I think we met in Spanish class.
Shout out to Senorita Holiday.
Senorita Holiday.
Rest her soul.
And we've been getting Spanish at the beginning of the show.
Tidbits, you've been missing it. You've been missing it.
Mucho gusto.
Come on now. I still remember the song. Que tiempo hace hoy. I say frio. Oh, I say calor.
With songs?
That's how we learned the weather.
Yeah, man. She was an excellent teacher,
She
man.
was wonderful.
So if we learn with songs and stuff like that, it stuck with us.
Yeah.
Like it's 20 years later, we still
more than 20.
That's crazy.
We just aged well, but yeah, that and I never forgot that song.
Wow.
Learn the weather from Senorita Holiday. Shout out to everybody that went to CMA.
Pharaohs.
Yes.
Piper, you want to try again? You think your audio is good?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. You back. What's
Okay.
up?
You know, I just met, I don't even know how to say your name. Is it Timashion?
Timashion.
Yeah, I just met Timashion. Like, was it couple of weeks ago, or
I think it was last week or this week. It was a couple days ago. We was on the phone, you know. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy. He was telling me about it before the show started that y'all had just linked up.
And that's funny to be that
just
dope
for
and
him to
not to
find
have
out.
connected all that time. Yeah.
But then, then to find out that they on the podcast. with
Right,
us
right.
At the same time.
Like I
That's
had
dope.
nothing to do with it. Now I didn't say get Piper on the show. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
that means it was
I was
organic.
like, I say, you know what?
Yeah.
That's how the Lord work, huh?
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
It was all organic. It was destined to happen
it's
that
good,
way.
man.
So, Piper, what's up, man? Appreciate you being on the show. What's going on with you?
oh man, I could do a few shows. Maybe if you guys have questions, I could talk less. I always have so much going on, you know.
Yeah,
It's
you
been
do.
so
You
long since
are-
I've seen you. I think the last time I saw you, Piper, was at the old Miami.
That might have been maybe 2012.
It was a very long time ago.
Ooh.
It was. It was a minute.
That was about a decade, right?
Yep, just about.
Yeah.
Just about.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I have a lot of good stuff. My short documentary that's about our work with women in hip hop that got accepted to the Free Film Festival and a couple of other film festivals.
Congratulations.
Dope.
So some awards, so I'm pretty excited about that. Also, oh man, it's like so much. You know how you like try not to talk too much, but well, I have a couple of businesses. So one is the Women in Hip Hop, and I have an artist, Aisha Ellis. We're currently in the studio with her. She's a drummer, if you don't know her.
Love women
She's
drummers.
been a part of my org for years. She was in our all-woman band. She was my band leader. And all through COVID, we've been recording her music. So she's got some music, instrumental project, and it's going to drop in the spring. So we're currently recording that. It's going to be on vinyl. So that's really exciting. So we're doing everything that you do to like get the record out.
Okay.
And then I'm also a photographer, so I do photography. So I've been doing a lot of cool photography projects. And I do a lot of social justice. So there's always something to do in social justice.
Absolutely.
I'm a member of a lot of different organizations. So I work a lot with youth, and we're busy because the election is in like 2 weeks. Yeah. So we've been going door to door for a long time. And we're down to the wire. And yeah, so I'll just put a period there.
Yeah, Piper always got a lot of stuff going on. She's
Yeah.
probably one of the most busiest women that I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Her and my homegirl, Nina Payne, and they all do a lot of work together, so that's dope. I like to see that, the people that I'm connected to are staying busy, but not only staying busy, but actually being productive
Right.
and making an impact. You know what I'm saying? Timashion, tell us a little bit about what you got going on, brother. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what you got popping.
You got to say Emmy Award winning Timashion.
Thank you.
Period.
Appreciate that.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
sorry.
It's all good.
Hold on. Let me do this again. All right.
You ready?
So,
Go.
ladies and gentlemen, introducing Emmy Award winning
There you have it.
filmmaker,
Yes.
writer, producer,
Yes.
Timashion,
Mentor,
the Visionaire
public speaker.
Jones.
You forgot to say comedian. But that's
Homecoming King.
That's the one thing. That's the one job that I don't get paid for. It's all
man.
good. No, man. Appreciate you, my brother, and my sister for all that. But I like to say I got multiple projects in various stages of development. You know what I'm saying?
Staying busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff going on. So we just had the film premiere of my latest film called Sticks and Stones about bullying and it's the organization called the Union.
Yep.
And they do a lot of stuff for the youth in Detroit. So this is the third film that they did. They actually have a curriculum that goes along with the movie.
Awesome.
That they're showing in schools, right? So this one is called Sticks and Stones, and we got a bunch of Detroit's finest young actors that's coming in that was doing their thing, and it was beautiful. And I got a couple documentaries I'm working on. I'm actually working on a documentary called Die Willie Die with my man Ron Oski. And it's basically talking about the ideology of the Willie Lynch letter and how we're still affected and impacted by that philosophy, and what we can do as a Black community to heal from that process and the trauma associated with it, right? So we've been interviewing all kind of people. I mean, you can go to diewillie.com and kind of just see the trailer that we dropped. And we've been in New York. We went to Charlemagne's mental health thing or whatever that he had.
Oh, okay.
How did you like that?
It was dope. It was dope. I mean, anytime we get to talk about like healing,
right,
and putting those traumas out there publicly, and we all as a community, like, yeah, that happened to me too,
right,
and we all can. And it was just beautiful, man. Jason Wilson, he was out there speaking, and it was live. We interviewed a couple of people for the documentary. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff going on in Chicago and in Philadelphia and maybe LA or something like that. Man, it's a bunch of places that we getting ready to hit to do some interviews. So that should be out like in February for Black History Month. That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on. Man. I'm teaching a class on filmmaking.
I saw you up speaking.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that too. So every Wednesday, I teach a group of people who want to make films, and I teach them the stuff that they're not going to learn on YouTube.
Right.
You get this experiential knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And we actually going to write a film,
hands-on,
short film,
right? And
we're actually going to film it and edit it together as a group. So
that's awesome.
So yeah, that's been popping out. So yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Piper, what's next on your agenda? What projects you working on right now, currently?
So the film is 15 minutes. I'm showing it as an in progress film, and the goal is for it to be a feature length.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be the next step. But the interim is to like just continue in festivals and get it around, to get like some feedback, get some support, get more like energy around it, and also work on getting these interviews that I need to turn it to the feature length. Okay. That's for the film. As far as my photography, Detroit's an interesting place. I moved here or back here in 2008. And when I lived in New York City, had been through the industry and pretty successful career. I'm actually the first African-American woman to shoot high-end fashion. After Gordon Parks, there was me. And so in the 90s, it's like him in the 50s, 90s. Yeah. And so when I moved here to help take care of my mom, Detroit didn't really have my industry, which is fashion photography.
Right.
And so I created a world, I should say, for myself to employ myself.
Smart.
And a lot of things happen like within that. And so after pivoting through a lot of different things, now with the photography, I'm more into my environmental justice and my social justice and the things that I do. And with fashion photography, I had always had challenges with a lot of the, what would you say, the lack of ethics I mean, now, you know, it's exploded, right, with the Me Too movement. But I remember blowing the whistle on a lot of people a lot of times, and people telling me, be careful, you're going to get blackballed or this or that. And so I always was one who was either challenging people or, you know, or always the one getting people jobs too. You know, I would always get a lot of Black people jobs, especially behind the scenes or modeling or whatever. And I've just always been that person. Even in the industry, they used to call me the Harriet Tubman. But I just, instead of trying to like re-enter the industry as an older woman, I don't have a desire to do that, you know? I just want to continue to create my own paths and just continue to create my own lane, my own audiences, and just build my own, you know, people who just want what I'm offering.
Right.
You know, I don't want to, like, I've been 150 countries. I mean, 150 cities in the world. I've been to 5 continents. I've climbed mountains and shot, you know, I've jumped out of planes. I've jumped out of helicopters, like taking pictures. I've done the whole celebrity thing, dancing on the table, popping bottles and smoking all types of weed, you know, the best weed in the world, and triple double VIP, you know, you don't know about the party unless you get the text 20 minutes before, and it's full of A-listers, and you know, I've done that whole life.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, like what's the value of that, you know?
Right.
Like what's the value of it? Like at the end of the day, what are they selling? Do I want to be great in my art to help continue to sell those messages and those images while begging to be respected, you know, fighting to be seen, you know, fighting to be, maybe that's someone else's work. I did that work like 15 years and I'm going to be 50 next year.
Wow.
And like,
I would not have said
you know,
that.
and that's not my magic.
Don't
Like,
look
I
it.
don't want to do that. You know, I let someone else pick up that particular baton. My baton is like, continue to, you know, chart more pathways for Black people, for women, you know, teach young people, and, you know, and build, you know, just build for whoever, you know, is interested in what I'm doing, because people will pay, you know, you know, I don't have to worry about like how much I charge, you know, I charge my community rate to community people.
Right.
I charge exorbitantly to corporations that can afford it.
Right.
You know,
Facts.
and it balances out at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And people want what I have. They want my vision, they want my voice, they want my ideas. And so I'm not really worried about like how I'm going to eat or how I'm going to thrive. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I am right now. Yeah.
But that's just a manifestation of all of the work that you have put in over the course of years. So you have created the weight that your name holds, and that's a testament to your ability to, like you just said, chart that pathway. So definite respect to you for that, especially representing women and women in hip hop and a lot of the other lanes that you're in. So that's definitely, you're a trailblazer, whether you like to accept that.
Yeah.
Or not.
Well, you know, I accept it because I got the what do you call that? The rug burns on my butt from blazing trails.
I got you.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
It's,
Gotcha. Yeah.
Trust me. Yeah, I got stories for days. People always say, Pike, you should write a book. I'm like, damn, I could have been Octavia Butler writing a series.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, you still can write a book.
Yeah, what's stopping you?
Nah, man. You know how many projects I got?
Listen, you can still write a book.
Yes.
Yeah, people keep asking me for a whole decade. People are like, when are you gonna write that book? I'm like, damn, I'll get me somebody to write my book for me. Actually,
Listen.
I do have a book. I didn't write it. Dr. Kelly Hay and Dr. Rebecca Ferrugia, they're two professors from Oakland University. They studied us and our movement for women in hip hop, and they wrote a book about us. It's called Women Rapping Revolution. And I was so excited for this book to come out. And then it came out during COVID. I was like, gosh darn it. But we did a open, what do you call that? Books, what do you call that? A reading or whatever. We did that like a launch, you know. We did that online. We did it virtual with the Charles H. Wright Museum.
Okay.
And what's interesting is I've been on the board for a couple of years now of the Universal Hip Hop Museum. And if y'all don't know, it's an amazing museum in New York City. Everybody's on the board, like all the pioneers, you know, Curtis Blow, like you name it, everybody's on this board. And so I guess by me holding down the women in hip hop in Detroit for so long, they put me on the committee for the women in hip hop, like the national like women in hip hop committee. And so I got to be on some panels with Clover Hope, whose book about the history of women in hip hop came out this year. And so that opportunity allowed me to promote my book like on her platform. You know what I mean? Because it was like, yeah, so that's super cool. And I got a chance to like kick it with her, and she did all these amazing interviews with every woman in hip hop in the history of hip hop. She's done, I mean, all the women that are alive. She's done all, like if you get her book, it's the Women in Hip Hop History book. Is amazing. And
I gotta get that.
any hootie too. Yeah, get that book and get our book too. Women Rapping Revolution.
For sure.
It's on Amazon. It's on University of California Press, and it's on Barnes and Nobles. So yeah, little shameless plug there.
Dope.
It's only $25.
Much needed. Pick up those
Nah,
books.
all the plugs is welcome on this show.
Make sure you support and pick up those books, everybody.
Yeah. So, Timashion, back to you, brother. What's been your biggest challenge as a filmmaker?
My biggest challenge was getting vacation time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, I had to fire my job, you know what I'm saying? So in July, I actually, on Juneteenth, turned in my 2 weeks notice. And my last day at work was right before Independence Day. So it was like very symbolic for me to be like, you know what, I'm up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I got to do, you know, what I've been called to do. So you know, now I can fully embrace the whole filmmaking thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I was getting calls from people in like Nigeria, like, yo, I want you to come and produce this film for me and do this, and I'm like,
I gotta go to work
in
the morning.
3 days left, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can't tell the wife we can't go on a family trip, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to say, you know what, you know, I just need to go ahead and just make that move. But you know, that, and then you know, of course, getting funding and all that stuff, that's always a challenge.
Right.
But the process itself, you know what I'm saying, is if you do it enough, it's like baking a cake. You know what I'm saying? You got people who can bake great cakes. You got people who don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with film. You know, once you learn the process, interchange those ingredients and add your little flavor to it, you know what I'm saying? It'll be cool, man.
Okay. Piper, what's been your biggest challenge? With women in hip hop, and even doing the film that you
She like, well, where do I start?
I mean,
you mean in just you mean in just challenges in general?
Yeah, like what's been your biggest challenge? Just, you know, spearheading the women in hip hop, or even some of your other projects, you know what I'm saying? Has the biggest challenge been dealing with people because you're a woman, or has it been because of your skin color? Has you been, you know what I'm saying, have you dealt with people that were shady? You know what I'm saying? What
I could put like all of the above, you know, but
right.
definitely all of the above. You know, I'll just go backwards because, you know, when I was working to get the women in hip hop, initially it started as a no misogyny open mic. It lasted, you know, 5 years, but we did it every week. And when I initially started doing it, you know, I didn't say like, oh, I want to be a business, I'm going to make money. Like, that wasn't literally what it was. I lived in New York. I was in the hip hop scene. That was my scene. It was a lot of women there. I moved to Detroit, and it's nowhere to go, like, for a person like me that like hip hop. I don't want you to touch me. I'm not here to kick it to you. I'm here for the music.
Right.
And I noticed it was other women, like, sparingly, but it was other women. And when I would go up to them, I'd be like, what do you do? And they would be like, I'm his girlfriend. And I'll be like, but you here listening to all this testosterone grunting. So you must like it. You know what I'm saying? As much as I do. And you gotta be into it, because you can't be in the type of places, if you understand what I'm talking about, if you ever go to hip hop places.
Right.
If you don't like the music.
And you're not in that element.
And you know, and so as I start to learn that a lot of these women were actually, they had whole DJ setups at home. They were amazing DJs, but their boyfriend or whoever told them that they sucked, or they didn't have the right to do whatever, and that they shouldn't do it, right? And so when I first started doing the night, I'm saying first, like, I did the night for 5 years, and I got for the whole 5 years. But you know, the women were like, you know, we got to have guys here. And I was like, guys can come. Like, I don't understand. Like, guys can come. Yeah, well, guys should be able to get on the stage. Yeah, this is a night for women, though, to showcase women. They were like, well, it shouldn't only be for women. Why not? Every night's for men. Like, every night's for men. Every hip hop night is for men. Bunches of men. And so the fellas would put in their head, you know, things like what they deserved or didn't deserve. Like, there was an open decks night, and one of the DJs would go there. And then she came back one day right before I started the night. This is what really made me start the night. And she came through and she was crying. And I was like, it was like about like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, I went to open decks and they wouldn't let me spin.
Hey, I know.
And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, yeah, they said I suck. And I was like, so what? And she was crying, like, because I guess I was supposed to tell her she was dope. But I was like, nah, it's okay that you suck. Everybody there sucks. That's why it's open decks. You know? Because everybody that thinks that they could spin something is going there to spin. So everybody sucks. And you should have the right to go there and suck, too. And she was just like, yeah, okay, I didn't think about that. So I was like, I tell you what.
The dudes there was just being assholes. I'm going to keep it all the
way. They were being jerks.
I know exactly who you're talking about. That's my homie. And I remember her coming
to
the open
I told
deck.
her, I said, how about this? We going to start you a night, and you going to suck every week until you get good. How about that?
That's real.
And,
that's real.
And she came, and she did suck for a lot of weeks. And everybody kept saying, like, she sucks, she sucks. I was like, all y'all suck. The people go there and Earl Flynn anyway.
Right.
So you can hear Earl Flynn for her till she gets it.
Right.
Yep,
and it took her about, I'll be honest with you, about maybe 2 years. And then she started to become good. You know, she started to become good. She was spinning every week. I mean, she was practicing, but I'm saying she was spinning like every week for like 2 years, you know, and then she got good. And then after that, they started to get jealous, saying, how come she's getting higher and opportunities and blah blah blah.
Because you let
And
her
I'm like,
flourish. Yeah.
so I mean, that's just like one example, but I have like a whole many. But that
Yeah.
for me drives me insane because it's like,
Well, I'm glad
you
you did
know,
that for her. I'm glad you
people
did that for
just
her.
try to hold people back for what?
Yeah.
For what? It's open. I told her it's
Because
open
everybody
freaking
starts
decks.
somewhere. You don't just come out the gate a genius or, you know, a master of your craft. You just don't come out unless you are like, you know, touched by God or something, and you're just like a, you know, a savant of some sort. But you know, nobody comes out seasoned already. So you have to give people a platform
You have to practice.
grow. Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people just
You know,
they just be
so-
extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
And for what?
And dudes can be jerks. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. In those arenas, you know what I'm saying? Dudes can be jerks.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad she had you. I'm glad she had somebody that was speaking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For women, because it really wasn't that many for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you were very pivotal in creating a space for women to grow into themselves,
Absolutely.
to be confident. You know what I'm saying? And know that it's all right for you to be dope in this area
A
too.
support system.
It's not just
Yeah.
for the
And it's
fellas,
all right for
us
you
too.
to be. It's all right for you to suck too.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
definitely.
Until you get to where you need to be.
Right.
Yeah, because it was a bunch of terrible dudes that came through open decks.
Yeah.
It's funny because there'd be clowning cats that was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had dudes that came in there and was just like, ooh, yeah, you need these open decks.
Right. You need to be doing open deck at your house before you get to open decks.
You know what I'm
'Cause,
saying?
yeah.
But yeah, them, you know, not letting her spin and all that type of stuff was just on some extra stuff. You know, the people that ran the open decks at that time, they were some jerks. So
I just wanted to jump in there because, you know, I was having a similar conversation with a bunch of the filmmakers here. And what I was trying to tell them is don't be afraid to make a bad movie. Like, it's a lot of bad movies that are like making a lot of money
Right.
per quarter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bad sound, bad acting,
Yeah.
but everybody's watching it. Like
Right.
Tubi's paying all this money
Yeah.
to these
Rambo.
short films, right?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Rambo.
Yeah. So your first movie may not be good. It will suck, right? You know, but you got to use that opportunity to learn,
Right.
to grow, and then your next film should be a little better. Like we
Right.
should learn from our experiences,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the next one should be
Absolutely.
even better. Like you shouldn't be
Yep.
making first movie mistakes on your third or fourth film.
Look at Ice Cube.
You know what I'm saying?
Ice Cube is a good example.
Yeah.
I mean, Friday was good, you know, but you
Oh,
know,
no, his films definitely got better.
as he grew and you know
Yeah.
got more
You see it.
established
You see
and
it.
got out with Cube
Writing got
Vision,
better.
right?
Yeah. You know what I'm
The
saying?
artists got the actors,
Visuals got better.
everything
So
got better.
you're going to start off
Yeah.
rough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then just growing your craft, you know?
yeah.
And also, people are afraid to put that work in. I equate it with, I always call it like, it's like growing locks. People don't want to go through that awkward
Yeah.
period.
Beautiful
But it's a
example.
period where
Beautiful example.
that's some new technology, right? Like right now, you know, I'm taking myself through a lot of classes. Not that I'm going to do this stuff, but so I can know on like augmented reality, virtual reality, you know, this kind of thing. Because that's where everything is going,
That's
to the
where we
metaverse.
get headed, right?
You know? But I don't know shit about that. I saw Jay-Z just invested in that kid that he what was it, 13 and now he's 18 or 24 or something. And I'm like, wow, this kid had Apple and, you know, Google and Kanye West as a client when he was like 13. I mean, this is what he was doing though. I wasn't doing that shit like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
You know? So he deserves to have, you know what I'm saying, investment, because he's been investing his time in doing that. And that's the same thing like with any of us, you know, it's going to take time. Like you try to do something like, okay, you might fail at it like 20 times until you get it.
That's
You got to be willing to like go through that process, you know, and a lot of us don't want to go through the pain of sucking.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's embarrassing.
You know,
you got to be secure.
it's
in who you are.
embarrassing.
I mean,
it builds character though.
Yeah.
I deal with it with my DJ students.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They be so like, oh, I gotta, like, no, you ain't gotta, you're not about to be sweet right away.
Right.
You know
You're
what
not
I'm
about
saying?
to. No, you're not gonna
You
come
just-
out eerie. You more
just-
like a.
You just not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I got students that are young, and then I got adults that are students too. And it's funny because the adults, it's a little bit more deeper for them. They're like, man, I don't want to suck. And I'm like, yo, you can't be scared to be like, you ain't get to do what you doing in your professional life. You wasn't dope when you started.
Right.
So why you think you supposed to be dope as soon as you know what I'm saying, touch this equipment? Like,
I always wanted to take piano classes.
I don't want to sound bad. I'll be like, yo, like, man, chill.
Yeah.
Like, you going to be terrible in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
have
you gonna
visions
be
of being Alicia
terrible.
Keys, but I'm on chopsticks right now. You know?
Listen,
So, two
you know what I'm
fingers.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
the best singers in the world, man, they wasn't the best when they started.
Exactly.
No.
You know
Only
what
a
I'm saying?
few came from childhood and you saw videos they were
They had the gift, but they
Yeah.
still had to. They still had to
to
you know
hone
what
the
I'm saying?
craft. Right.
Hone their craft. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It take time to develop your ear. It take time to make sure that
Facts.
your tone is on
I was gonna
point.
say tone.
You know what I'm saying? You knowing the different notes and when to hit
Keys
them.
and
Like, like this stuff ain't like people act like they supposed to be. It's supposed to be perfection. As soon as you,
that's this instant gratification
Right.
era
Yeah, that's
that we in,
that
that microwave.
that
mentality.
microwave.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
microwave
They want to go like, let me just order something right quick.
Yeah.
I had Amazon ship me some talent. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
you
it
can't,
don't
you
work
can't,
that
you
way.
can't do that.
Yeah, talent doesn't go 0 to 60. Yeah.
You got to build
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like even Michael Jordan getting cut from his team in the 10th grade or something like that or whatever, but he wasn't good all the time.
Right.
He went and got in the gym, got some weights, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then he had to get beat down by the Pistons a whole bunch of years, you know what I'm saying? Then he got a little bit of shine once we retired and everything.
Right.
But anyway.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying?
I like
His
how
time
you threw
came.
the get
His
beat
time
down
came.
by the Pistons in there.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
right,
he had to.
right, right.
He had to learn, you know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, the world hates that period of
Yes.
time, bro.
They were like the bad boys.
And
They
we
don't even-
loved it.
They don't even like
Yeah.
giving the Pistons that. They hate that the Pistons was beating Jordan.
Oh,
and
Man, they was over
We
there
loved it.
knocking them out.
We
Like
loved
they were
was like,
elbowing
man.
and fists.
Like it's
I'm
funny
like,
because
what?
they was fine when he was losing to Larry Bird.
Right.
When he started losing to the Zeke and the Pistons,
Detroit
bro,
just
it was
had a stigma like, yeah, it's about to be.
I mean,
man.
it's
Some
still,
stuff.
we still got it.
It was
Yeah.
a beautiful time, man.
Yeah.
You know, 89.
Yeah.
Man, oh, man. Walking around with them MC Hammer Too Legit shirts and stuff, man. You couldn't tell us nothing. We won back to back.
Starter
man.
jacket.
They they still play Detroit. When they talk about
Yeah.
past champions,
Yeah.
they act like the bad boys and our 04 squad didn't
Yeah,
exist.
they- yeah,
sometimes, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Still, it'd be
Yeah.
like,
For
yo,
sure.
why you
You
did
got to
us
give
like
us
that?
our props, man.
Yeah.
We have our notch in the conversation too.
Two of the 3 championships, we beat the Lakers. That's all. That's the only thing that I really enjoyed.
It
too,
really
you
should
know
have been
what I'm
3.
saying?
Yeah.
Should have been 3. That hop.
We want
Phantom foul, right?
We want to get down to the nitty gritty,
Right.
Just like we should have had 2 straight. It should have been
It should have been
04,
4.
04,
Actually,
05. It should have. Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
for sure.
all right.
For sure.
It's all
back.
For
good.
sure,
It's
for
all
sure.
good though. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the lesson in this story is
The lesson in the story is talent is not 0 to 60.
There
You got to
you go.
work for what you get, okay? And you have to stick with
you
it.
got to build it up and don't be
Okay.
afraid to go through the bumps and bruises and the ugly part.
You got to build it up like the 5 heartbeats. Got to build it up.
You have some beautiful locks
Yes.
when it's all said and done.
Yes.
Yeah, that
I love
that
that.
was
Beautiful
a
crown. That
perfect- That
analogy
was a
is
perfect
beautiful.
analogy because
Yeah.
locks, man, when you start growing them, boys,
Out here looking like a dust mop, baby.
Everybody in my house got locks, except for me, right?
You come up in here with some locks,
We all
Timashion, and it's
got
going to be a
locks.
problem.
You know, I said I was gonna grow some locks. I was
Like,
gonna get them
who gave
joints.
you a
that,
lace
you
front?
can't- you gotta-
I was gonna go. I was
Come
gonna
on,
go
get
and
you a
get
lace front. Get you a lace front.
some George Jefferson locks.
Come
you know what I'm saying?
on with it.
hey, listen,
No.
I know some guys with some locks and their hair started going
In the front.
in the front, and they was like, "Forget it, I'm keeping my dreads." And so
On
they
the
kept
side?
They just kept it on the side.
Yeah, and they got their little hair in the middle.
The only men that I know who do that are like really African centered, and
Listen,
they That's their life.
They
That's
like,
the
I'm not,
lifestyle.
they like, I'm not
yeah, I'm
cutting
not
my
letting it
locks.
go. Yeah,
This hair, it's gone, but
shiny
this right
on the
here,
top,
Yeah.
I'm keeping it.
shiny all up here. But that is
I don't know
beautiful.
if I'm straight with the ball.
You gotta go
He
straight.
like,
But
I'm
see,
gonna
it's
just hold this ball down.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with it, man.
Gotcha.
It's starting to grow on me.
Gotcha.
Get it? No. See, I told you I was like this comedian thing, but it don't work all the
Tip
time.
your waiters and waitresses, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here all night.
Listen,
2 drink minimum.
Oh man.
comedian
Yes.
Timashion.
Yes.
There you go, man.
Yes. Yes.
I got plenty more. Just keep it rolling. I got plenty more where that came from.
You got them in your what? In your pocket.
Not no legging pockets. You know?
Not leg pocket.
So real quick, Piper, tell us about your experience with the African World Festival this year.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, well, what happened was 2019, the museum decided they wanted to go in a different direction. Meaning, they got a new director. Did they get the director in 2018 or 2019? But they got a new director. The director wanted to go in a new direction. So they wanted to take it back to Hart Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
So they started planning. They got a PR firm, a well-known PR firm here in Detroit, and they got that firm to also they hired that firm to also produce the event. And they signed like a 2-year contract, if I'm not mistaken. And then in the first year, it was 2020, so COVID happened.
Right.
So they didn't do the festival. They were talking about taking it online, but they didn't. So then this year, they were up in the air. They were still organizing it because they were going to do it online. And so they were trying to figure it out. They were getting some artists and things. And then the governor opened up, I want to say, was it July?
Mm-hmm.
Around, like, was it end of June or July?
I think it was like
And
June.
so it was in June. And
Mhm.
so then they called everyone and were like, we're going to do it in person. And mind you, normally I have been producing the fashion show for the African World Festival for the last decade. Normally we start in January.
Right.
And
Right.
so it's like all that preparation. And then when they called me, I'm going to be honest with you, I was like, no.
You're not going to drop this on me in 20 minutes.
I was like, no. I was like, this joint is in a month. No. And long story short, I decided to do it. And then, but what I didn't, in an effort to be mindful of the conditions around COVID, I didn't want to, normally I have like 100 models, like 10 designers, a whole, like 2 hair and makeup teams.
Mm-hmm.
But, they told us like, so the museum, the actual structure was closed. So normally we have the multi-purpose room and we have that as our setup area. And then we have 2 tents by the stage, one for like setup to go on stage and the other one for quick change. And then they told us like, so without the building access, you have to do the whole thing outside. So I started thinking like, how am I going to do this with social distancing?
Right.
And less people, like, keep people safe and blah, blah, blah. So I was going to cut everything in half, but I ended up cutting everything like into a quarter. Just because I was really nervous about having too many people too close to each other. I had all of the design. I didn't have 10 designers. I think I did 6. I had each designer bring their own tent so that people didn't have to share tents. I had each designer have their own models, so we don't share models.
Mm-hmm.
I did not hire a hair and makeup team so that there wasn't one or two or even five people trying to make up a whole bunch of people and having that many encounters. So I had everyone do their own makeup, and I sent them like what to do. Like they did their own hair and makeup. I showed them what to do. And then so everyone was pretty much like self-contained and able to, I hate to say it, but stay away from each other while they got things together. So it wasn't like so much, like normally backstage is nuts.
Right.
But it ended up being really beautiful. All the designers were incredible. We had designers from Nigeria, from all over, the city. We had lots of African prints. We had, just some really wonderful contemporary designs. Like, because for me, I hate to go to fashion show and it's just like a bunch of weird stuff that you'd be like, what on earth?
Right. Who's going to wear that out in the world?
Who's going to wear that? Right. Why? And so what I like to do is promote, Black businesses. And so all of the designers, you can buy all their clothing. Everything was available. And and I also inspect all the clothes too, because I don't play that like, oh, I made this shirt, it's cute, it don't work after tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like I want people to, you know what I mean? Like and also too, I don't do like all the like, oh, I have a clothing line, but it's a t-shirt. No, that's not clothing.
Right.
I need some coats, and I want clothing. Like I want to show people that Black people can make clothing that you could wear to work, that you could wear, to all your events or, just every day. And so we had really strong clothing, like stuff that you would really wear. And it was powerful. We had amazing music, live music, and we had a lot of fun. And and we got some good footage and things of it, but it ended up being really great. I don't know what they're gonna do next year. I know they got a lot of great we got great press on it, and I know they got a lot of great reviews. I don't know if they'll bring me back next year because I feel like the energy there, they want to go in a different direction. You know how people want to change up the energy?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll hire me again on that, or if maybe I'll tell everybody, write them a letter, tell them to keep me. Depends,
Well, you never know. I mean, if they got good reviews, you know what I'm saying, they can't ignore that.
Right.
You know
got to stay with what's
Yeah.
working. Yeah.
So, but I guess it's good for you to be in a position where you can choose whether or not you want to be involved at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, for
Good
sure.
point.
But it was gorgeous, and I really appreciate all the designers, the models, artists, and and we did a good job. I will say that, keeping everybody safe.
Good.
That was
so
dope.
we did a good. It was scary, I'm be honest with you,
Right.
because like I was like, damn, like even with like I cut down from 100, but that was still like 40 people. You know what I'm saying? Like 35, 40 people, and that was just our people.
Right.
There's a whole festival going on.
Right. With other people walking around, right?
Thousands of them.
Well, we gonna speak it into existence that you're gonna be a part of it next year.
Manifestation, it keeps happening every week.
I was happy that I was able to be a part of it this year too. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, you were. You were with yourself.
Yeah.
You were yourself, right? You weren't spinning for anybody.
Nah. It was me and my homeboy Andre Terrell. We did a set together. I don't know if that's how we're gonna do it next year, but it's crazy. It was something that was on my bucket list because the times that they asked me in the past, I was always booked.
We had that conversation about you being booked. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I stay booked. If you
booked and busy.
Exactly.
You hit me up at the last second.
It's a no-go.
And actually, they didn't even hit me up at the last second. The couple of times that they had, hit me up in the past, I was just already booked.
Like,
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
already solid in the summer.
People would be on me at the beginning of the year. Like, I'm trying to get this date.
Yeah.
Boom. Right. And then they hit me up, and I'm like, dang, that date gone.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But I glad that they're gonna be back at Hart Plaza.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I used to go
That's
all
the
the time
history of it. I've never known
when
it
was at
anywhere
Hart
else.
Plaza,
Yeah.
man.
I was just getting ready to be like, yo, if it's back at the Hart Plaza,
Consider me there.
I used to catch the bus to World of African Festival.
Yeah.
To go to Hart Plaza.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
did too.
We all used to hang out there, man. I'd love to
did
see
too.
it back down at
Remember
Hart
when there
Plaza.
was a festival every weekend?
Yeah, the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Every
Fest,
week.
the
Every
African
weekend.
Fest, then it's the World
Man,
Fest.
it was a regular African festival. Then
Then
it
the
was
African
World
World.
Fest,
Then you had
yeah.
the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my
And the
God.
Jazz
Come on,
Fest.
Man,
culture.
they had the
Yeah.
hold downs.
The
down
hold down
there.
started
They had a
it.
whole
Right.
bunch
Yeah.
of
The Native
Yeah.
American, the Polish.
Yup,
Native
the
American,
Polish. Every culture had a festival.
Every culture
Every
had
week.
a festival.
Hispanic,
Every week.
every culture had
Yeah.
a festival, and
Like,
it was
we would-
it was inclusive. We
we
were
would-
still going down there like, hey, I'm about to go to the
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Mexican
no,
fest.
we was down there all week.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just posted up.
Yep.
You would learn about the food, the dance, the
Yes.
music. Be like, this is cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Free performances.
We used to eat so good.
Yes.
Yeah, right down
Yeah.
underneath from the
Yes. All
Man.
the concession
had some
stands.
curry stuff,
Yeah.
man.
Listen, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. You know what I'm saying about it being back at Hart Plaza.
Yeah.
It need to be.
You know what I'm saying?
It very well should
I'm gonna be looking for that email for next year because the lady that
You
sent me the
should reach
emails-
out now.
Well, she already told me she planning to bring me
Okay.
back because she liked me. So I
Okay,
was
that's
like, smooth.
Manifestation
You know what I'm saying?
station.
Mhm.
So-
My name in there somewhere.
You see what I'm
What's her
saying?
name, man?
And
What's
which is cool. 'Cause
They
that's
have a
gonna- That's
film.
gonna be my other bucket list.
They
getting
have a
crossed out
film
being at Hart
aspect
Plaza.
to my
Okay.
Say it again, Piper.
They have a film aspect. They
I
show
know that-
film.
I know they have a film festival. I put my Africa documentary in one of their film festivals. But I don't know. Maybe I can come down there and take some video or something. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
Manifestation
Well, we're gonna manifest
station.
that all of us gonna be a part of.
yeah, we're
How
gonna
about
hook
that?
it on up.
And they gonna even
Yeah.
find something for me to do.
Yeah, for the
Hey, that's
They'll even find something for me to do. I'll get up on that thing and host.
yeah, you
Oh,
definitely
well,
could be the host.
Okay.
we about to be part of the press.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
All right,
Groove
all
Radio
right.
Detroit.
Put it-
I'm
put
gonna
it
have a
Boom.
microphone. Ooh, it's gonna be official like a whistle. I
We
cannot
about to be
wait.
out there. We're
Yes.
going live.
Interviewing. We going
During the
live,
festival.
Yeah,
baby.
you straight.
Oh
You
yeah.
straight.
So we gonna make it happen.
Yes.
So that's pretty much our time.
This was a
Before
great
we-
show.
Yeah, before we leave, I want y'all to tell the people how they can find you, how they can connect with you. So, Miss Piper, can you give people
Yeah.
information? Tell them how they can get connected with you or whatever.
Yeah, the best way is just on Instagram, honestly. You could go to Piper Carter, PiperCarter. I got a whole bunch of Instagrams, but just use that one because that one has all the other ones on it.
That was a
And,
bossy statement right there. I got
you
a
can
bunch
go
of
to
them,
my
but use that one.
you can go to my website, pipercarter.com. It has all my everything I do on there. And if you need to ask me some questions about anything, you could just email me pipercarter@gmail.com. But yeah, just go to pipercarter.com. It's got everything on there as well. Those are the easiest things to do.
Gotcha.
Sweet. Timashion, tell them where they can how they can get in touch with you, find you, and all that good stuff.
So my number is 313.
You know what? You know what?
Just hit me up. Just, I'm old school.
777-9311.
No, I'm on Instagram as well. So it's Timashion, Timashhion TV for the Visionaire. And then I'm definitely on Facebook. So Timashion the Visionaire Jones. And if you're interested in doing any kind of filmmaking and want to learn about filmmaking, you can hit me on tbopmedia.com. So that's TBOP media.com. I'm thinking they know how to spell media.
I hope so.
All right.
You know,
Okay.
they're
Well,
smart. Our listeners are smart.
I hope so, and I'll put it on the screen. So if
Right.
you still don't get it right,
Yeah. So
I don't know.
So come on, holler at me. I'm doing classes every Wednesday. And if you know some young people or something that really, might have an issue with paying or whatever, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I kind of sponsor, have a heart for young people who want to do film and who like really serious about it or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just hit me up and then we can work something out.
I need a website because both,
There it
both
is.
of them have a website.
tbopmedia.com and pipercarter.com. Make sure y'all visit them, stay connected, stay in
Yes.
touch, and see what they got going on, what they doing. Make sure you support them. I appreciate y'all for coming on and being our guest this week. Shout out to my lovely, lovely co-host, Miss J on my grind.
Ow.
Where can they find you at? Tell
You
them.
can find me at JAY on my grind because I what? Stay on my grind. There you have it.
Boom.
Boom.
Real simple.
Muy bien. Sí.
Gracias.
De nada.
See?
And I'm your host, Boog. I appreciate y'all.
Where can
Thank
they
you.
find you, Boog?
Yeah.
Man, Google me, man.
Oh, that's a boss
Just
thing.
Google.
On everybody. Just hop on
you can follow me on social media
internet.
at
Okay.
Boog's World. Make sure you follow on the radio station, GrooveRadioDetroit.com. You know, all the artists that we play are independent, mainly from Detroit, so you need to check it out. The music is streaming 24/7. We also got our streaming channel where we stream live podcasts like we're doing right now, and also music videos. So make sure you stay in touch with that. So if you go to GrooveRadioDetroit.com and go to the media page, you'll be able to see that. And just stay tapped in. Make sure you rock with us every Thursday.
Every Thursday. We back here next Thursday, 8:30 p.m.
So
Eastern Standard
So we give
Time.
you shenanigans and we give you serious.
See?
It's a balance.
Versatility.
You need balance in your life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? On Thursdays.
I'm going to give y'all another Spanish word next week.
Hey, we about to be teaching Spanish on Thursday.
Hey, on the low. On the low. Y'all going to get a little tidbit every week. Can't say you didn't learn nothing from Jay. Jay going to throw that Spanglish on you, okay?
That's Spanglish.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Yes.
All right. So, again, shout out to our guests, Piper Carter and Timashion Jones.
Salute, y'all.
For being with us tonight. I'm Boog.
Peace, y'all.
This is
Thank
Jay
you
on
so
my
much.
grind.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be back next Thursday. Make sure you tune in at 8:30. We got some more guests that you need to, you know what I'm saying, be in the loop about. And so if you check the post, you'll see it. Because I don't want to tell y'all right now.
Spoiler.
I'm going to make y'all work for it. Because we actually got some dope guests coming up for the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
So make sure y'all tune in, all right? Right here on Groove Radio Detroit. It's the sparring session with Boog and Jay.
Hey.
And we outie.
Ow, ow. See y'all later.
Peace.